Hey guys, DGoodin24 here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about F1 24. Now, if you've seen my previous video where I talk about why I'm buying the game, you'll kind of hear a lot of the same points reiterated, and that's okay. I mean, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the game for what I've put into it. I have not played this game for 20 hours. I have played it for... Actually, I'm going to find out right now. I've put enough time into the game where I've felt like I know what I'm talking about. I've played it for 6 hours. Now, you may think that's not very long, but I've also seen a lot on Twitter. I've watched a lot of other YouTubers' content creation of it, and I think I have a pretty good idea of what this game is at this exact moment. It's pretty much exactly what we thought it was going to be when we started seeing videos that were coming out. We'll go ahead and jump right into this. This is more of a podcasty type form of video, so I'm just going to be talking. There's not going to be any gameplay. It's very easy. If you want to go, just look up on Twitter F124 or YouTube. You're going to see a bunch of handling problems and amongst other things. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start off with the good things first. I'm going to get the good out of the way. Number one, career mode. Career mode is the best aspect of this game. It's not perfect, but I think it's one of the best career modes that I've played. I was very excited when they announced that they were doing an all-new career mode, and I thought it was going to be a lot more of a change. And it's not. There's a lot of the same aspects of it, like the upgrade screens look the same. It's different though in a way, but I'll get into that later. But the outline is still there, but they've added a lot of new and fresh things to it that I really, really like. You can start out in F2, but from what I've read, it doesn't affect your trajectory at all. It's just kind of, you can race F2 and then go from there. You can pick a driving academy, or I think that's what it is, to start with, like Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, whatever. I chose not to. I didn't really feel like it was that important, but it would help you get those bigger rides if you want them. I mean, you can start off with any team that you would like, but where's the fun in that, picking a top team? But after that, you have a brand new agent this year. I like the cutscenes. The cutscenes look nice. There's a lot of audio to listen to and a lot of explanations about what's going on. And some of you may not like that, but personally, I do. I feel like it's anything that they give me to do that like involves people talking and cutscening, I really enjoy. It makes me feel more immersed in the game. The addition of you having your own like rating and all of the things you do over a race weekend affects your overall and pace, and you're trying to get to a certain rating, and it affects your contract is very, very cool. I enjoy that a lot. Even if it's a little easy, sometimes it feels, but that's okay. Your teammate can be treated better than you, like an actual, first and second driver, and you get less resources and stuff like that, and that's really cool. That is exactly what I've been looking for in a game like this, especially for F1, considering how important it is to be that first driver on your team. There's also different specialists that you can go to and have goals throughout the race weekend, and you can be given new or little like in-race mini games is what I've seen some people describe it, but different things you can do to earn more points throughout the weekend, like keeping your engine cool, or passing this person in this many laps, or having an average lap time. For the most part, they're very nice. I've seen other ones where it's like save fuel even though you're already like a lap to the good. So that's obviously a problem, and hopefully they can tinker that a little bit, but I doubt it considering all that they have to fix. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The secret meetings are cool. I haven't got to do much of that, but I do like the aspect of it. It was given a refresh that I really think it needed, and it will definitely make it more fun for the next few years while they don't touch it at all. Overall, the career mode is actually really, really good. On a base level, on track, it's a little different, but we'll get into that. I am really, really happy with the additions that they made. And anything else, I mean, the graphics look okay. I noticed a lot more wear and tear on my car this year. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I've noticed like the car looks dirty and stuff more so after races, which I'm a big fan of. Aside from that, I can't think of really much else that gets me excited. So I'll call my positives there. So negatives. We're gonna start out first and foremost with the handling. Now, for me, a casual player, someone that doesn't play this game hardcore, I honestly don't have that much of an issue with it, but I am not very good at the game. I'm not trying to really whip it in there and do all sorts of crazy things with it. It feels okay. I don't have a very solid opinion on it one way or the other. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world from when I play it, but I don't think it's any better than what we had. If you watch YouTube videos and Twitter videos, you'll see people doing crazy things like the car going on two wheels on its side, people running in the grass and being faster than what they were, going through like Monaco in sections flat out that they should not be going flat out through, doing insane drifts in the wet. It's bad. I can watch those videos and know that the handling model is garbage. When I play it myself, I don't really have that much of an issue with it, but when I see other people play it, I know that it's bad. And the things that they're doing are just, it's not something you should be doing in an F1 game. I do think it feels really, really finicky, very pointy. It's just a little like too aggressive, I think. It's just not great. It definitely feels more arcadey than it has in years past. I would agree with that. But for me, just having fun playing the career mode, I'm living with it, and it's nothing that's game breaking for me. But I understand esports and other people, it's going to be a problem, and that's totally fine. I am 100% on board. Like, yeah, fix that, because it at the end of the day probably won't affect my experience too much, whether they go back to the old handling model or not. So that's really all I have to say on the handling model. I don't really have much else for you. As a casual player, it didn't break my experience, but I understand people that are more hardcore into it are probably going to have a problem. The AI is a problem. I race on like 95-ish, 90 to 95, and I have raced up to 100 in the past before. Somewhere in there, 105, I think. I have never done 110 because I'm not very good at the game, like I said. This game feels far easier than years past. I think I was doing like 90 to 95 my first few races in a Williams, and I was like qualifying third and running in the points easily. I think that's a little excessive. They need to, and I've watched YouTube videos from the bigger F1 content creators winning. They are qualifying on pole and winning GPs in a Sauber. That's game breaking. If you're in a very slow car that's not upgraded, winning races, no. When I was in Australia, I qualified on pole due to something I'll talk about later. I could hold them off very easily. Now, I screwed up my pit entry, and I pitted like a lap later, and I got held in the pits with a slow stop. So I went from first to like outside the top 10. So it kind of rectified itself a little bit, but it was very easy for me to just abuse the AI and to hold them off, and I feel like it was easier for me to hold them off than before. And it also, the handling model also is a part of that, because I felt like through the chicane in Australia, I could get through there very, very easily without much off-throttle time, and I could get back to it really quickly, which is not, I don't think it's that legitimate. And I could hold them off every time through there. Even being like a car length back, I could just ship it in there, and it would be totally fine. The AI just don't feel as smart or as racy as they used to, in my opinion. And they're just overall not as fast. I've seen so many DRS trains, and not even DRS trains, just cars staying in line and not making passes. But it's very finicky on that. Like at Bahrain, there was just a train of cars, first through 10th, just in a line straight, and they weren't making passes. But at Australia, Verstappen and Alonso passed each other like 3 times within the last 3 laps, and I think Verstappen won by 0.022 seconds. It was very, very close, and so it's just not consistent. I've also seen a lot of people, and I can vouch for this. The AI from track to track varies a lot. Like, you could be second at one track and then 20th at the next, and that's just something that they need to work on. A lot of racing games have that problem, but it just feels worse than it has in the past. Also on the AI, there is a bug, and it's not just a bug for me, it's a bug for everybody. The AI don't use wet weather tires. It was raining in qualifying, and everybody went out on softs, and I went out on intermediates and got the pole by 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. I've seen it in sprint races. I've seen it in full races. The AI just don't want to run wet weather tires. And obviously, that's freaking stupid. That is one of the most basic things in a F1 game to get right. Being on the right tire compound in the wet. That would be like putting them on wets or intermediates and it being bone dry. It's stupid and it's inexcusable. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in a racing game. People are going to complain about the handling more, but this, I think, is just the worst. It's absolutely awful. So that's for that. If that doesn't get fixed in a patch, then whatever. Another thing that I have a complaint with, and this is with every F1 game, is the AI scaling for the teams. It seems like whenever the new F1 game comes out, the AI are set to what they started like at the beginning of the year. So like Max Verstappen is far and away the best car, even though right now it's a lot closer than what it was. Like Sauber is a top 5 team, which is not correct at all, and Williams is a little bit better than they need to be. It's just and McLaren isn't up to where they need to be either. I understand this will be fixed later, but I feel like whenever it gets fixed, there will be a whole new set of, like, it'll be changed. Like, who knows what the grid will look like in a month from now. I just feel like they're very, very slow on getting things like the AI tuned correctly. I don't see how it's that hard to just do a small update whenever you have a patch come out and just make the AI where they need to be. Just my 2 cents. Also, with the F1 World and the microtransactions, it's a joke. The customization options are basically gone. You can't even like unlock different options in the battle pass type thing. Like it's very, very scaled down. They like locked it all down to being purchasables and stuff. And it's something that I fully expected. I don't why they don't have a helmet editor or livery editor. It's beyond me, but they do it because they can get more money out of us with microtransactions. That's pretty much it. The Bitcoin thing is in here more so than I've ever seen it, and they want you to buy different helmet options, different paint schemes, different driver suits. Like, you get in there and you don't even get to. There's not even like base options for you. There's not like 3 different suits for you to pick from. It is one suit. You get to change the colors. It's one helmet. You get to barely change the colors. It's a joke. I bought the $90 or whatever version of this. I got it for cheaper since I owned the other F1 games, and I don't even get an option to like choose a different suit. It's a joke. It's a joke. And I do want to clarify that you can get things in the battle pass type deal. It's just there's no default ones in the game. You, like I said, you just have one. So I misspoke there. My apologies. So let's get back into it. There are also a few different complaints that I've had with the AI. There seem to be no like DNFs or safety cars that I've had or seen. Some people and from what I've seen, there's just no engine failures or DNFs. Like, that used to be something that happened all the time in these games. And I even have like safety cars and red flags turned up on mine, and we've got nothing. In YouTube videos I've seen, we've got nothing. It's just everyone just kind of rides around in DRS trains, and then that's it. So that's quite a bummer. And it's it's something that they did really, really well, and now they've quit. I don't really have anything to say about F1 World. I haven't put zero effort into it. I don't plan to. I've just seen people say that it's too easy, and there's no fun in it because it's like a Max Verstappen simulator. So your mileage may vary on that, but I would recommend, if you do get the game, to just stay away from it anyway. Don't give EA any money unnecessarily that you don't need to, especially for something that's not fun. That's the big thing I see about these card games. People don't have fun doing them, and they give EA their money, or 2K their money. So I would stay away from it. And there's no classic cars or classic tracks, which is whatever at this point. But a lot of people seem to enjoy that, and the fact that they've been in the games and took them out. That's like typical EA things. Then they'll bring them back later and be, you know, like, look what we brought back. Like, I don't even know if the supercars are in this game this year. And if they are, I haven't had an excuse yet to use them. That seems like something that they brought in, hyped it up, and then it's not even really a big part of the game anymore. So I don't know. I have zero interest in designing my custom character, like my player person. I just have basic clothes on in all the cutscenes. I don't know if I can dress up for those, but it doesn't seem like there's enough of them to warrant that. I don't know what they look like in online or F1 World, but I will not be purchasing random clothes with my Bitcoin for whatever the hell they're used for. I had, like, when I bought the deluxe edition or whatever of the game, I got like 18,000 Bitcoins, and I just bought the VIP pass because why not? I already have them. It's not, and I don't ever plan on spending my actual money to buy it anyway. So if I could get a few more suits or helmets that way, fine. Like, I already spent the money, I might as well use it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, my team wasn't adjusted at all. It looks like they put all of their resources into adjusting the career mode, and that's fine. Like, if they have a big My Team upgrade next year, that's good. I just, you know, my team hasn't been touched really in like 2 years now or more. So I don't know. It's just typical EA bullcrap. This company is just a joke, and they have kind of run this series into the ground. And I feel like there's a lot more that I'm not saying here, but it's not good. They have tried to turn this game into a microtransactions, slick, you know, money hungry type deal like FIFA and Madden, and it's just ruined the game. Codemasters, I understand, was not the biggest company in the world, and we didn't really have humongous upgrades year over year, but it felt like there was a lot more care in the game. F1 2016 through 2020 were amazing and great, and whatever the first year was, they added My Team. I don't remember off the top of my head. Those were peak years. The My Team edition was fantastic, but it feels like they've done nothing with them since. The career mode was very samey for the past however many years. I was worried they were just going to get rid of it because a lot of people just cared about My Team, and I'm very glad that they put this effort in to make the career mode better, for sure. But overall, this game is bad. It's bad, and especially in its current state. Do not spend your money on it. Like I said, I did it because I'm a content creator, and hopefully people like you watching can see what I'm saying about the game and not buy it. It's hard because in the career mode, I have had fun. I have had a good time because I'm not taking it that seriously. Even with the stupid glitch where I was on pole and I didn't win the race, I still had fun. And at the end of the day, if you feel like you're like me and you can have fun doing that, and then buy it. I am not going to sit here and say, do not buy this game because it's EA. No, if you're watching me play the game and you're seeing me having fun with the career mode, then more power to you. Buy the game. If you see the glitches and you are anti-EA, don't do it. At the end of the day, it's your choice. But a lot of people said, I'm going to stick with F1 23, and I think that's something that you can do. You could go get that F1 2020 mod. where it has like the old school cars and stuff. Like, I would do that, honestly, more than anything. Go do that. I don't even know who made that, but go do that. This game is I knew what I was getting into going in. But I was more hopeful. It's hard because any new racing game you try to get excited, even if it's EA. But I have seen more angry people on Reddit and Twitter than I've ever seen, and a lot of people getting refunds. And frankly, I don't blame you. I'm past the point. I obviously can't get a refund, and that's okay. I'm more than happy with this purchase to make content and tell you guys what I'm feeling about the game. But I personally think if you're on the fence, I would lean towards no. But at the end of the day, it's your money. EA is not a good company. Codemasters deserved better than this. But I don't know. There's just a lot of work. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed. Buy this game on sale if you're going to buy it, I think. Wait for it to come down a little bit. Wait for them to fix the game. But who knows if they will. A lot of the times the F1 patches haven't really done too much to help. I don't know. It's hard when I'm watching these big content creators struggle to have fun with this game too. So I don't know. You're gonna get it straight from the horse's mouth here. I'm being legit with you, and it's hard because while I've sat down and done this career mode and had a good time with what I've played, and I want to play more, I see all of the bad things in it. I don't think it's worth $80 for it at all, or 70 or 60 or whatever they're charging. Maybe 20 to 30 on sale if you really, really want the game. But at the end of the day, it's your call. I'm only here to tell you what I've felt while playing the game, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you if you've stayed this long, thank you so much. Thank you to my channel members. You'll see them right after this. If you'd like to like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. Lots more racing game content on the way. Not as much F1 going forward. I still plan to play the game, so maybe if you're a big F1 fan, be excited for that. But back to my normally scheduled content. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.